Hi, my name's Jeff, and today we're going to look at putting some seeds into the ground, into a bed, and we're also going to try and get some seedlings, which is what we've got here, and plant them into pots. So just to show you what we've got on the table here, we've got these are all seedlings which have been germinated from seed over the last 3 or 4 weeks. So we've got some beetroot seedlings here, some runner beans, these two are courgettes, runner beans, sweet peas, sunflowers, and here are some zinnia, which are a lovely little flower. We've also got on the table some compost, which we're going to need to put into the pots, some seeds which are carrot in this particular case, they're called Autumn King, and here just a few tools which are really helpful, as we'll see a bit later, for putting seedling into pot. So let's go now and put these seeds in the ground. So here we are at one of my little raised beds, which I've got a range of little seedlings that I've planted out, and I've got a little space here at the end that I'm going to put some of these Autumn King carrots. So what I've done is just loosely turn over the soil with my fork, and I've actually put a little bit of water on it as well because it's been very dry lately. So what I need to do is get them roughly in a little bit of a line here. So I'm going to leave a good space between these beetroot plants here, probably about 30 centimeters, 30 to 40 centimeters here, roughly a straight line. And for something like carrots, which are a very small seed, all I need to do is just make a very gentle little line with my hand. You can use a stick, anything really. Just make a little, very small line, very gently with my hand. And then what I need to do is to get the seeds, which as I said are very, very small, and just put a little pinchful in the palm of your hand there. And what we're going to do is we're going to just get our thumb and forefinger, and just very gently we're going to just drop a few seeds at a time into this little trench. So we've now got all those little seeds planted along that little shallow trench, and with carrots we really don't need to put a lot of earth on top of them. As a general rule, the bigger the seed, the more earth you can put over it. So something like a broad bean seed, which is 1/2 inch big, 1 centimeter or so, you can probably put them 2 or 3 centimeters down. But carrots just need a light covering of soil. So I'm just going to get some soil from the sides and just crumble nice bits of fine soil over the tops. And then I might just gently tap that down, just so that it's nice and firm, so all the seeds are in contact with the soil. Make sure I put in my little label, because it's easy to forget what you put in. Put that in, and even though I watered it earlier, I'm just going to put now some more water on the top, giving that a good soaking so that it's ready to sprout as soon as it's ready. So, having seen how we put seeds directly into the ground, sometimes we put seeds into pots. Perhaps if we're going to put them in a greenhouse, on the windowsill, or just even out by the back door. If we got the seedlings, sometimes we can put them straight into the ground. So for example, these runner bean seedlings, I will probably put straight into the ground. But these zinnias, I'm not so sure about. They're quite small. I could put them in the ground, but they might be a bit small, a bit vulnerable. So I'm not going to take a chance with them. I'm going to put them into a pot to bring them on a little bit more so that they can grow properly. And I've got here an old fork, an old spoon, and there's an old bit of metal, because sometimes getting these seedlings out is not easy. So because it's a bit tricky, I'm going to use this fork just to get out this small seedling, trying not to touch the leaves too much, or indeed the root. Now you can see that's got a pretty good root on it, so I'm just going to put that in there, holding it with my thumb against the side, and I'm going to fill the rest of the pot, gently firming down away and around from the seedling with my thumb, trying really hard not to touch the stem of the actual plant. So that's all pretty firm. I haven't touched the leaves, I haven't touched the stalk, and even though the roots have been disturbed, they're nicely in the bottom there, surrounded by soil, ready to start their new life. So we're nearly there, and I forgot to mention at the beginning that this is seed and cutting compost, but actually, do you know what? My grandmother used to use just ordinary earth out of her back garden and used to produce plants even better than these. But compost, seed and cutting, any good soil really will do. So just doing the last one now. Let's hold that there. Tuck in the soil, press it down and around, making sure it's below the level of the leaves. You want to try and get the level of the soil about where it was when it was in its original tray. But there we are, they're all done, and what we just need to do now is make sure that they're well watered, and then you've got a decision about where to put these now. They're going to stay in these pots for probably at least another week or 10 days until their roots have got a firm grip on the soil at the bottom of the pots. You might even see the roots coming out of the bottom there in about 10 days time, and that's usually a good sign that they're really ready to be planted outside. These zinnia plants will turn into lovely flowers, and they will go from these pots into the bed where I would like them to flower over the summer period. So one of the other things I wanted to just mention is this process of hardening off, which all sounds a little bit mysterious, but actually if you get it wrong, this is what can happen at best. These were runner bean seeds, which I showed you in a previous video. I was trying to harden these off, which basically means you're going to take them from where they've been nice and warm and comfortable, either indoors on a windowsill or maybe in a greenhouse, and what you want to do is to plant them outside. But they cannot go straight from a nice warm environment straight to an outside cold one. So you harden them off, which means you're going to try and put them in a halfway process, not disturb them too much in the process. So what I did was take these, which had been inside on a windowsill, and I put them in a nice sheltered sunny spot, but the frost got hold of them one night in the middle of May, bit of a surprise frost, probably only a degree or two, and as you can see it killed off the leaves that were on these really otherwise healthy plants. But oddly enough, look what's happened, they've actually recovered, so I was lucky. All these other plants here, which I've got, these have all now been hardened off. They all started life indoors. They germinated in a nice, warm, comfortable environment. I put them outside and let them survive the night, making sure that there wasn't a frost that hit them, and put them in these pots. They're all now ready to plant outside. And what we'll do is, well, I've already put some of the sweet peas out, and we can go and have a quick look at where I've put them, and the sunflowers. And there's these two courgettes, which as you can see are really ready for planting out now. So let's go and put those straight in the ground now. So we're going to try and put these courgette plants, these are a Tuscany F1, hybrid that I grew from seed. They've been in the greenhouse, they've been hardened off, they were put outside I guess about a week ago, so I know they're all right now, they're looking healthy. So now I've got to plant them in this bed. And with a courgette we know that they can grow really quite big. They could be 3-4 feet, more than a metre across. So even though this is quite a big bed, a raised bed, I think I'm not going to put more than 2 in here. One about here and one just over there. First thing I'm going to do is just make sure I've turned over the soil enough. It's got nicely turned over and it's going to be all nice and ready. You could put some nice well-rotted manure down the bottom, but actually I put some of that in the end of last year, so I'm fairly happy. So all I need to do is choose the spot, nice in the middle here, and I'm going to get that out. Make a nice bowl, roughly the same size as the pot. So that's going to fit in nicely. And I now want to get the plant out of the pot. And this is where you have to be a little bit careful. We don't want to ruin the plant, we don't want to break it, we don't want to disturb the roots too much. Now, one little trick is to use your hand and put it around the actual either side of the plant, so that when I turn it upside down and give it a bit of a tap, I haven't actually touched the leaves, I haven't touched the stalk. All the roots are nicely bound up there, and all I need to do now is to turn it back up right, hold it in the position that I want to put it, and bring that soil back around it so that it's going to be nice and firm. And you'll notice that I'm putting it at about the same level that it was in the pot. I don't want to have the soil up here, and I don't want to have it right down there, so the level is about right. And finally, and just as importantly, I want to make sure that's firmed down nicely, and then just drag the soil around. So there we are. So in this video we've looked at planting seeds outside, taking seedlings and putting them actually into pots and into the ground, and I've also explained the process of hardening off. So if you've liked this video, please tick the like section, and if you've liked it even more, subscribe.